growing up, I wasn't necessarily outdoors a ton. I was very active in like sports, but I did get introduced to outdoor adventures through my dad. There was a few times he would take the family on these camping trips to the Sierras, and he would go hike Mount Whitney and I would have to stay in camp because I was really little. And I just remember sitting there like, I want to climb that mountain too. And so that longing, like, it was there. As I got older, I finally was in a position that I was like able to go after it myself. My name is Katie Jo Myers. I was born in Valencia, California, and I'm a rock climber. Right now I live in Marina del Rey, California on a sailboat. When you're living in a small space like that, it sort of forces you to be minimalist. I don't worry about stuff. Like, my life has become much more about things that I do rather than things that I own, and I like that. Since I've owned the boat, the course of my life has like started to shift into more of this like outdoor adventure world. I think I was really lucky. My parents put me into a lot of sports. I kind of dabbled in like soccer, softball, horse riding, and then I found gymnastics, and that became my passion growing up. Having the background in gymnastics was super helpful to climbing. Like, literally the first day on the wall, people were just like, wow, you look like you've been doing this for years. And I think that like that balance and the body awareness, the flexibility, all of that really came into play. When I first started in the gym, I wasn't really that scared, but when I went outside for the first time to climb, I was terrified. I'd always been a little bit like wary of heights, and there's this type of climbing, like sport climbing, where you're clipping in as you go up, and so your rope is kind of under you, which means like if you take a fall, like you're gonna be falling really far. When I first started learning to sport climb, I would like clip myself in and just stop and have to cry because I was so scared to like move up to the next one. I think I did that for about a solid year before I like finally started to trust my gear and trust myself. You know, that was a big breakthrough where I was able to start climbing a lot harder and like have more fun with it. On my social channels, I talk a lot about falling and failure. Life is full of falls and it's full of failure, and part of getting stronger is like taking those falls, like making those mistakes and then like getting up and doing better. I am powered by the climb, and I think that is in life and in climbing. Just that concept of like, I want to get to this place, like how do I do it? And like overcoming all of the challenges and solving the problems, like that to me is very empowering. It gives me like motivation to get up in the morning, and it gives me motivation to get outside and to train hard. You know, we talk about it's not the destination but the journey, and climbing is really like that. You know, you're paying attention to every move you make, you're very focused, you're working very hard, but then at the end you do kind of get this great reward, and it's like, wow, like I did it. That's so cool.